Hello again, everyone, and welcome to Pat Gwinn Radio Tunes and Talk. Today, we're going to light you up with the first of many discussions about cryptocurrency. We'll have the leading experts on deck, providing everyone with all the 411 you'll need. Be in the know with the king of crypto on our show. Marketing, money, and business topics with great tunes of the 60s, 70s, and 80s. Pat Gwinn Radio Tunes and Talk.
When you want to learn everything there is to know about cryptocurrency, there's just one show to turn to, the Crypto Kings Talk Radio Show. There's nothing else like it. Listen to top experts in the crypto world, learn all the do's and don'ts, and get all the latest news on what's hot and what's not. That's the Crypto Kings Talk Radio Show, heard in over 145 countries worldwide. Listen for the times on Pat Gwynn's radio show. That's the Crypto Kings Talk Radio Show. It's everything crypto and more.
She said I got it coming to me. Say, maybe I better open a charge account, huh?
You got us some references?
Well, the only one I know around here is you.
That's no good. You'll have to pay cash.
Welcome to Uncommon Sense on the Pat Gwinn Radio Tunes and Talk, dedicated to all things IoT. It means for Internet of Things, crypto, and the latest trends. Hey, I'm your host, Benny Warshaw, and we are going to dive into Bitcoin to find out, is it really worth having? Well, as soon as we hear from a word from our sponsor.
When you want to learn everything there is to know about cryptocurrency, there's just one show to turn to. The Crypto Kings Talk Radio Show. There's nothing else like it. Listen to top experts in the crypto world. Learn all the do's and don'ts. And get all the latest news on what's hot and what's not. That's the Crypto Kings Talk Radio Show. Heard in over 145 countries worldwide. Listen for the times on Pat Gwynn's radio show. That's the Crypto Kings Talk Radio Show. It's everything crypto and more.
Okay, so what is Bitcoin and should you own it? Well, in the early days, when it was really affordable back in 2009, when it was first introduced, it was worth zero, nothing. A year later, when early adopters began trading in the digital currency, it was valued at a fraction of a cent. You fast forward to 2011, well, Bitcoin hit an all-time level of $1. When you jump into 2013, things started getting really interesting. We saw $13 in the beginning of the year. And the price of Bitcoin rose to almost $250 that April, but it had a correction, literally of a downward trend of 50%. The price consolidated for about 6 months until another historic rally in November and December of that year of 2013 when it peaked at $1,100. And look where we are today. At the time of this broadcast, we checked out BTC and it was over $47,000 per coin. It's hit 60,000 a few times, and back in November 8th, which was on a Monday, it was actually $67,502.60, give or take. But look how volatile it is. That's a $20,000 drop from where it was. Bitcoin is a decentralized digital currency created back in 2009, like I said. It follows the idea set out in a white paper by a gentleman by the name of Satoshi Nakamoto. The identity of the person or the persons who created the technology is still somewhat of a mystery. However, this past December 5th, 2021, a new coin commemorating Satoshi Nakamoto's contribution was unveiled in Miami during the Art Basel NFT exhibit hosted by Reactify.co. How do we know? Well, we were there looking around for news from XUSD Blockchain Holdings, as we mentioned them in our last broadcast. XUSD still holds special interest to the market because their tokens are backed by gold and insured, unlike Bitcoin. I always like doing comparisons. Companies like Bitcoin are an enigma, not only to me and to others, but why an intangible product has value when there's no net to catch it when it falls or fails. Although the XUSDP and XUSDG are trading at present, it doesn't have a live price yet. Our understanding, they just enrolled into a secure wallet and market-making program to all main exchanges, including Ethereum and Bitcoin, with a company by the name of Fireblocks. Once that's completed, XUSD submits to CMC, which stands for Coin Market Cap, and then wait for a live price. That's when the fun starts. More on XUSD blockchain in a second, but it's very important that you understand the difference between coins and tokens. These are the two that kind of get everyone confused. Coins can either be backed by great marketing or nothing, or even on our own US dollar called fiat. And you understand the shape that that's in. Go Braden. While tokens, on the other hand, is backed by gold and other precious assets. Since the show prides itself on providing solid information instead of speculation, we take the time to do our homework. Then you, the consumer, make an informed decision where to invest their money, whether it's into the next crypto or gadget. The mantra of Uncommon Sense is simply buy, sell, and recommend value. The rest is up to you. Okay, Bitcoin is operated by a decentralized authority. Okay, what is a decentralized authority? I'm so glad you asked. It has other applications, to be sure, but for the purposes of the show, we're talking about crypto. In blockchain, decentralization refers to the transfer of control and decision-making from a centralized brick-and-mortar entity like a bank, but a decentralized environment, or a DeFi, as we like to call it. The entity is you. You heard me correctly. You are the bank, and every transaction, purchase, swap, or otherwise becomes part of the open ledger system called the blockchain. However, there's a twist. Your wallet and your identity is nothing more than a long number, and this is driving the IRS bonkers. Being your own bank is making traditional banks like Wells Fargo really take notice because you are in control of your money. However, and they don't want to lose that. However, banks, by law, protect your money with that FDIC insurance in the event that they're held up or robbed. Now, if somebody gets hold of your crypto wallet or your account, you're screwed unless you're in the middle of a transaction that's compromised. And I'm sure that a lot of other insurance companies are going to be coming out of the woodwork in protecting or attempting to protect your transactions. Speaking of robbed, the reason why people love being in control of their own money, and who doesn't, is because you at any time can see what's happening with your transactions. You can buy anything, anytime. You watch it grow in value, while banks give you basically nothing in return. And you know, there's something inherently wrong with borrowing money at 6+% when getting nothing in return, because saving rates can change at any time. But there's an influx of fintech companies like Robinhood and Wealthfront, and another company that everybody's heard of called Credit Karma. They're in the banking game, and they are saving people like you and me money. Not only that, but you're able to earn money a little over 2% in some cases. But that's another show. So if you're thinking of exiting the traditional banking scene, you're not alone. It's becoming the dinosaur ass of technology, like the fax machine. You know, there was this comet that came along called the internet, and it changed the landscape forever when it hit. So when was the last time you bought or even used a fax in the traditional sense? What about paying for first-class mail? See my point? Remember, Bitcoin is not issued or backed by any banks or governments, nor is an individual Bitcoin valuable as a commodity. I'm not just saying that. That information, my friends, is straight from Investopedia. Here's my takeaway, and it should be yours. Even if I had the money to buy Bitcoin, I don't think I'd do it. I'm not that high a risk taker, not at this point. Firstly, right now, it's cost prohibitive. Second, it's backed by 20 years of marketing. That's it. And good for them. That's awesome. But lastly, it's unstable and unsustainable. There's only 21 million coins, and I'm not really happy about these $20,000 swings. Even Warren Buffett doesn't like anything that's not backed by gold, which leaves a company like XUSD Blockchain very attractive, which they can be found at xusdblockchain.io. I'm Benny Warshaw with Uncommon Sense, hoping everyone has a great holiday season. Take care.
Today I want to discuss the historic progress we're making to deliver a safe and effective vaccine in record time. And there's never been anything like this ever. In our history, there's never been in history, period, world history.
I'm dreaming tonight of a place I love, even more than I usually do. And although I know it's a long road back, I promise you Christmas. You can count on me. Oh, please make snow and mistletoe presents under the tree. Christmas Christmas Eve will find me with a love like this. I'll be home for Christmas, if only in my dreams. Please have snow and mistletoe and presents under the tree. Christmas Eve will find me with a love like this. I'll be home for Christmas, if only in my dreams. Oh, if only in my dreams.
Pat Gwinn here. When you get a little older, your priorities and values tend to shift. The thought of your retirement or providing for your loved ones kind of gives you the incentive to save a few more bucks, doesn't it? So where do you put your hard-earned dollars to work when your money doesn't seem to stretch as far as it used to? Except for the price of lumber, it seems everything has lost value except precious metals. I'm talking about gold, silver, and platinum. That's why I'm so glad I found Pembex.com. It's value I can hold, and it grows with me. And the people at Pembex are truly informative, so much so they're going to be popping in from time to time on our new show. The founders have made the decision to pass the savings directly on to the customer so people like you and me can buy and earn value with every purchase in real time. Think about it. Precious metals are a real legacy commodity you can hold in your hand a heck of a lot easier than you can a stack of 2x4s. Check them out at Pembex.com. You'll be glad you did.
When you want to learn everything there is to know about cryptocurrency, there's just one show to turn to, the Crypto Kings Talk Radio Show. There's nothing else like it. Listen to top experts in the crypto world, learn all the do's and don'ts, and get all the latest news on what's hot and what's not. That's the Crypto Kings Talk Radio Show, heard in over 145 countries worldwide. Listen for the times on Pat Gwynn's radio show. That's the Crypto Kings Talk Radio Show. It's everything crypto and more.
Well, I heard about the fella you've been dancing with all over the neighborhood. So why didn't you ask me, baby, or didn't you think I could? Well, I know that the boogaloo is out of sight, but the shing-a-ling's a thing tonight. But if that was you and me, baby, I would have shown you how to do it right. 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 Twist it. Shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it, baby. Have it go loop-de-loop. Shake it out, baby. Have it go loop-de-lop. Bend over, let me see you shake your tail feather. Bend over, let me see you shake your tail feather. Come on, let me see you shake your tail feather. Come on, let me see you shake your tail feather. Twist it. Shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it, baby. Have it go loop-de-loop. Shake it up, baby. Have it go loop-de-lop. Bend over, let me see you shake your tail feather. Bend over, let me see you shake your tail feather. Come on, let me see you shake your tail feather. Come on, let me see you shake your tail feather. Come on. Come on, baby. Come on. Yeah, come on, baby. All right. Do the twist. Do the fly. Oh, do the swim. And do the bird. Well, do the duck. Do the monkey. Hey, what is it? And what about the fruit? Do the mashed potato. What about the boogaloo? Oh, the bony maroni. Come on, let's do the twist. Twist it. Shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it, baby.
Welcome to a special edition of SEO Scientific, brought to you by WebPro International. We're the leading authority in high-definition web design, blockchain, app development, and, of course, organic search marketing. Hi, I'm your host, Benny Warshaw, founder of WebPro International. Today's topic is one you don't want to miss, especially if you have a business online. Before we get into our topic of the day, we would like to thank and congratulate Pat Gwinn on his new Pat Gwinn Radio Tunes and Talk, which is syndicated on over 135 stations, 186 countries, iHeartRadio, and to 14 million loyal listeners for making us a part of the show. You know, we're going to do our best to impart a little bit of wisdom, keep on point, and promise not to be too geeky or boring. And for the benefit of our new audience, WebPro started back in 1994, shortly after leaving Microsoft, so we come with a little bit of knowledge and experience that continues to serve our clients, followers, and our new community of listeners. And we wanted to say thank you. So the topic of the day is, who's your daddy? WordPress pants pulled down. It's a little cheeky, no pun intended, but in a data breach notification on November 17th, GoDaddy said up to 1.2 million accounts were exposed after hackers gained access to the company's managed WordPress hosting platform. That is 1.2 million accounts, meaning your private data. This is GoDaddy's fifth cyber crime since 2018 after an attacker with a compromised password stole email addresses, SSH keys, and database logins. The incident was finally discovered by GoDaddy on November 17th, but sources say that the attackers had access to the network since September 6th of 2021. You know, turning back the page just a little bit, the calendar rather, to October 19th of 2019, GoDaddy experienced a security breach that affected 28,000 hosted accounts. This is why we don't host with them. We have our own private cloud. That break-in, by the way, lasted for a period of 6 months before it was detected by GoDaddy's quote-unquote security team on April 23rd, 2020. It tells me that GoDaddy's 7,000 or so employees were asleep at the switch. Go Bob. There's an old expression in our trade, and it goes something like this: security by obscurity. By definition, in this particular case, was possibly an attempt to increase security by keeping critical elements of a security strategy a secret. A couple of examples could be concealing a script or an algorithm implemented by a cryptographic system, or keeping a password secret only to be exploited through a weak environment like, WordPress comes to mind. Well, oddly enough, SolarWinds hackers may have accessed Microsoft's source code in the same manner a year ago, December in 2020. Happy anniversary, Microsoft. Let me put on my Rod Serling hat for a second. Imagine, if you will, a bear rummaging through your refrigerator for 6 months. At some point, you're going to get up and get a case of the munchies and head for the kitchen for a late night snackaroo, right? What are the odds of you running into Boo Boo Bear with a glass of milk in one paw and a peanut butter and Jellystone sandwich in the other? Who misses stuff like this? I mean, damn. Everyone, and I mean everyone, and I've been in the business for 30 years, has been hit at one point or another in their career by some hacking SOB, but leaving your fridge open for 6 months.
Ow!
You have heard me from time to time state my discontent regarding WordPress. Face it, it's a canned, templated blog, and a weak one at best. Think about what these icebox raiders grabbed per threat post. Emails and customer numbers for up to 1.2 million active and inactive users. SFTP, that stands for Secure File Transfer Protocol. That's basically moving your files from point A to point B securely. And database usernames and passwords that are attached to that. And that was for the active customers, and passwords, of course, are now reset per GoDaddy. SSL private keys. SSL stands for Secure Socket Layer. That's the little padlock that you see in the address bar up at the top. GoDaddy is in the process of issuing and installing new certificates, of course, which cost them nothing, for the effective users. Makes me wonder how the rest of their 19.8 million customers are feeling right now. Here's my takeaway, and it should be yours. If you're dabbling with WordPress just to get something quick and dirty out there, remember, you could be potentially placing your information and someone else's at risk on multiple levels. In my opinion, using any product left unsupervised is like leaving your front door wide open. And if you think of using WordPress for an industrial or commercial web project, especially one that involves e-commerce, you better think again, Homer. Go, Daddy. This has been Benny Warshaw for SEO Scientific, and we're wishing everyone a good holiday and a safe search. Take care.
Well, I heard about the fella you've been dancing with all over the neighborhood. So why didn't you ask me, baby? Or didn't you think I could? Well, I know that the boogaloo is out of sight, but the shing-a-ling's a thing tonight. But if that was you and me, baby, I would have shown you how to do it right. Do it right. Shake it.
Hello again, everyone, and welcome to Pat Gwinn Radio Tunes and Talk. Today we're going to light you up with the first of many discussions about cryptocurrency. We'll have the leading experts on deck providing everyone with all the 411 you'll need. Be in the know with the king of crypto on our show. Marketing, money, and business topics with great tunes of the 60s, 70s, and 80s. Pat Gwinn Radio Tunes and Talk.